The Idol, the controversial Idol on Max. I mean, wow. At the same time, just the renaming of Max taking off HBO.
That's a whole weird thing.
I will never understand that. Just for hashtag, did no one say just for hashtag purposes?
That's not going to help.
That's not going to help. Where HBO, having grown up in the era of its inception, it's like equivalent to Nike. I mean, there is only one HBO and you know what it means. So I will never completely understand this Max.
Yeah, this rebranding to Max might have
I
been
didn't
a
mind
misstep.
HBO Max. I was going to be down for that. But just Max? No. So The Idol, like I said, controversial. The show was created by Sam Levinson, who also did Euphoria.
Oh, sure.
With The Weeknd. And they, probably more people were involved, but they were the primary creators of it.
So The Weeknd, meaning the musician The Weeknd,
Yes.
is one of the executive producers and creators of this show?
Yes, and he also is the lead male in it, Tedros. And he is an awful human being in this. So I, it's one of those things where I had heard previously that from early reviews from Cannes and was not good. But, I was intrigued. So it's starring Lily Rose Depp, who is Johnny Depp's daughter. I can't imagine he's watched one episode of this because it's been coined sort of as like torture softcore porn.
And it's super risque, right?
It is alarming. So she is gorgeous and very talented, Lily Rose Depp, especially under these circumstances. Holy moly. I mean, just some of the costumes are like, you're just walking around in a pair of underwear and pasties. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yikes.
But it's really about the story of a pop singer who is maybe in a crisis moment in her career because her mother's passed away. She maybe hasn't had a hit in 18 months where you're like, God, I mean, just the crank out machine. But a pop idol, hence called The Idol, is one of those things where it's like a flash in the pan. So if you're not constantly making yourself relevant and working, you're going to be lost. And she is at this place where maybe she wants to have more depth and, stretch her artistic view. And she is very easily manipulated by this character played by The Weeknd, Tedros. So it's almost like, you just watch it and it's so awful because you want to save her because he just comes in. He's basically a nightclub owner, possibly a porn producer. He is seedy as F. And he comes in along with his entourage and just take over the house. The assistant trying to report back to the team, which is Hank Azaria.
The team being like her management or whatever.
Management team, which were not in any way portrayed as great people either. They're manipulative in a different way.
Barely managing.
Well, they're managing a star's career. And so the end goal is to make money. So her feelings and her emotions are not necessarily sometimes first and foremost. But you do become a business and a commodity and a brand. And the problem is, depending on how young you started, we see this time and time again, you may not be mature enough to understand that. You're responsible for so many people's livelihood, and it's too much weight on someone young. But Hank Azaria, along with Divine Joy Randolph, and she plays Destiny, are such a great management team. I'm just going to quote her, we got to kill that motherfucker. She's so good. Along with Jane Addams, and Dan Levy has an appearance too as part of the management team. And Eli Roth plays a horrible sort of basically concert promoter. These characters around them, these are very good actors.
Sorry, it took me a second. The Lost City is where I remember her from. We talked about that on this podcast. She's the agent or assistant who's like, I got to get on this plane.
Yeah.
And you're going to put me on this plane right now.
She's great. She's great. So it's just, and some of the lines are just you almost laugh out loud. And then in between, just very explicit sex scenes. So you're like, oh my God. For sure, my son's been away this week. I need to finish it before he gets home because it's it can't even.
No pun intended.
Yeah, but because it can't even be in the queue. It's just so not appropriate because the mental manipulation of this young lady is so disturbing that's almost the hardest part of it. So I don't think I'm recommending it, but it's so controversial right now. It's on the zeitgeist everywhere. It's only 5 episodes. There was rumors
that's the whole season, 5 episodes?
Yeah, there was rumors that the 6 got cut from all this negative reaction, but it really was, there was a woman director and Sam Levinson there and maybe The Weeknd. There was creative differences and she left. And now it's more like they recut or cut down to 5. So I don't think there's a 6 out there just in the ethers, but who knows?
It got reworked.
Yeah. So, Sunday night television on HBO, Sopranos, Sex and the City, was prestigious television watching. This is like, what the hell is happening? I mean, who greenlit this? It is kind of crazy. I don't think there'll be a second season. I think Lily Rose Depp will go on and have a career because, like I said, she's really talented. So I hope she kind of rises from the ashes. Everybody else involved with it will probably survive and do fine. I'm not worried. And there's probably another season of Euphoria coming out. So, I don't really think there will be any repercussions. But I do have to say, The Weeknd has a rat tail. I don't know. He's supposed to be sexy in it. It's like, I love The Weeknd. And this is really kind of left a bad taste. Yes, Ed, pun intended, in my mouth. So there you go.